It was a unanimous verdict earlier today.
Yeah, after 7 days of testimony, a jury found Portland businessman Fred Rich liable for more than $275,000 in damages in his civil trial, his real estate fraud and civil theft and other violations. Now, Action 10's Andy Lascano has been following this story for months. He also followed this entire trial for the last 7 days, and he has more tonight on the jury's verdict.
It was all about this house on the 1600 block of Mestina, which will likely be demolished as part of the new Harbor Bridge project, and whether Safeguard Investments, New Wave Properties, and Fred Rich sold it to Emiliano and Juanita Chavira in 2004, and whether the Chaviras had the right to sell it to Francisco and Juanita Carrillo in 2008, and why, even after the Carrillos had paid for the house in full, Rich didn't turn the title to the house over to them. Attorney Eric Perkins represented both the Chaviras and the Carrillos in this case and says, while it was a complicated case, the jury was able to follow the facts.
The facts and things that we put in front of this jury were so clear to them that they had no problem believing our version of the facts and, conversely, disbelieving the defendant's version of those facts.
After deliberating nearly 6 hours today, the jury found Fred Rich liable for $275,000 in damages to the Carrillos, according to Perkins, plus Perkins' legal fees, plus additional damages, which will be negotiated. Rich can appeal. Perkins' fees were a point of contention in defense attorney Grace Scoggins' closing argument this morning.
That's what's driving this case. We've got $100,000 in attorney fees. It's $100,000 in attorney fees that were incurred over a dispute regarding a home that at best is worth $50,000.
Perkins reminded the jury that Rich is a convicted felon for fraud, mail fraud, and money laundering in 2006, yet, even after doing time, here he was in court again facing fraud charges.
By this verdict today, is the jury saying enough's enough to Mr. Rich?
Absolutely. Loudly and clearly with a unified voice of 12 strangers, 12 people who didn't know each other before this trial started.
Judge David Stith called it one of the most unusual trials he's ever had. And it was, indeed, stressful and emotional for all involved. Andy Lascano, Action 10 News.
Now, Fred Rich has been the subject of several troubleshooters reports over the past few months. And because many of you have called and continue calling us and sharing your stories of your experiences with him and his real estate properties, we will continue reporting those stories here on Action 10 News. And if you need the help of the Andy Lascano troubleshooters team and are willing to do an on-camera interview, give us a call at 885-0100. You can also submit a tip on our website, kztv10.com.